find yourself mouth breathing or snoring at night, use level 2.
Tonight, I'm
Ah,
drafting.
shut up, nigga. BBM, boys. Let's get another one in. Hee-haw.
110. Much better spot than what I was drafting for my first fantasy league draft, which was last week, which I didn't love. Tonight I'm drafting for 110. I think the 110 is one of the better spots to draft from this year, so this would be my second fantasy league of the season. It's July 27th, and I already have fantasy leagues, plural. So find somebody else that's as big of a sicko as I am, but we're going to get into it tonight. So welcome in. We're going to start our draft here in just a second, so stay tuned.
Hello, 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 hello.
Appreciate you guys. Who's
Oh, hell yeah. What's going on, y'all?
Was here earlier.
Can y'all see me? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Avery, Bomber Pilot, Grape. That's right. Yeah, Grape. Hopefully I have a Grape draft tonight. What's up, New Goat? Time to snipe me from 5 picks away. I don't think... maybe. I'm excited. I liked the drafts over here in this range a lot the other night. I got RG next to me. I got Mills 2 spots ahead. It's Hunters right here. Mad Monkey on the M, so... Auction later this week. Maybe we'll build him. I was thinking about doing one auction a week, so maybe I'll do... I'm drafting Friday. Maybe I'll do an auction draft on Friday. If you guys want in any of the leagues, the auction drafts or anything like that, season pass code domain, you can get in leagues. So here's the season pass links. So it's $34. Thought Nathan was drafting a dynasty league, and no, just me. I can screw up drafts plenty on my own. Believe it or not. I can screw these things up plenty. Well, I'm just doing it because something was really loud that just dropped upstairs. I'm just saying I bombed it by default, so then people can't come in and say, "Oh, you sucked at this." Like I led with that, so I know it was bad. I know it was bad. But drop a like if you jumped in. The likes were super low last time. We're getting the likes up tonight. And James Cook goes, perfect. I think I know who the algorithm is going to tell me to take. Very interesting. Do I really have them ranked this one? Even the first round, I'm still struggling with. It doesn't matter because I'm going to take what I want to take anyways. I don't mind JJ here, actually. I don't mind JJ. But do I want to... I can tell you right now that this is the right pick for this league.
Man, I should have started this shit when it was close to filling. Goddamn. My bad, y'all boys.
I'm going to grab my first JT share, so... Sorry, Danny, I'll let you down. I know. How many redraft leagues do you commit to per season? I don't know how many we're going to do this year. They're not that hard to keep up with, so we might do quite a few. So... What did you do? I don't know. Alright, then we're going to have 4 picks until ours, so we're going to go around the turn here. Perfectly acceptable 110, I think. I know. What's up, Turn Dog? Good to see you. What's up, Harry? Say hey if you guys are drafting. We do a fan-free redraft league. I mean, that would have... If we did that, it'd be the only league I win all season. It's the free one. There goes Lamb right behind me here. Or keep drafting as human, don't replace your brain with algorithm. No, that's why it's a tool and not a gospel. And that's why it's a tool. Is because... yeah, I think in this draft, I think the running back's going to be the play. So having JT Samuel out, having the Lamb would make for a great bid in week 9. That would be fun. That would be fun, actually. You manage all these best ones. No, we manage them because it's pretty easy to manage. You're pretty much just doing waivers every week. So Trey McBride goes at the 112. Holy smokies. Holy smokies. Devon Achane goes 2-1. Yo! Yes! Let's go! We're cooking! It's not even gonna... It's gonna refresh and it's gonna already set my pick. It's not gonna give me recommendations, but... Yes! Heck yes, dude. We got Jettis. That's the start we wanted at the 110. Let's go! Bang, ladies and gentlemen. As Mike Green would say, bang. guess I need to change the title. I gotta do that real quick. I'll change it. You're right. Let's just edit that. Let's edit the title here because I mean, what a start! Holy smokes!
112.
Start.
Nice.
Those are my 2 highest ranked players when I was taking it to 110. I had 4 picks in my entire team. Incredible. In like what the?
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, you need to just
Appeal there, so no more communism. I agree with that. Yeah, I know. It's there. Well, one of them's right freaking here. It got freaking Mussolini in the chat with us. It's clear 6 for me at wide receiver. So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, I mean, I think I have him at 5 actually. I think I have him at 5 because I like him this year. I like CD too, but I think I just have Jefferson. Yeah, I have Jefferson ranked 1 spot ahead. So I don't know. Jefferson and CD are both guys that last year underwhelmed from a scoring perspective, and they both will. I think they both will bounce back this year. So got somebody off the board, and it's Lad. Good Lad pick. I haven't looked at the queue. Woofy woof wooferton right here. Woof 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 woof. Okay. Yeah. Hashtag shoot. I mean, I really don't. You guys, this is big right here. This is big This is tough. I'm really thinking. Okay. This is a big pick. Big pick. I'm gonna. How much time do I got? 40 seconds. Let me look at something real quick. I'm gonna just look at ADP and see how far off I am in this pick. So I'm gonna pick what, like 34. I mean, woof. All right. It's gonna ding me for this, but
Damn.
This is tough, man. I'm taking all my time like a loser, and I know, but oh my gosh.
We're gonna go Gent.
I'm gonna take it. I'm just trying to decide which one I'm gonna take. Etienne's the guy I have ranked highest.
Genty.
I have Etienne ranked the highest. So my thing with this draft is I'm not quite.
Let's go Derrick Henry. Fuck it.
I'm not quite convinced that. Actually, I'll just wait and see what happens. So Flowers goes, good pick. I'll wait and see what happens, and I'll see. So
Done that
what's up,
once.
Kobe?
Guess see. Looks like it's a more unique
You'll see.
pairing.
Just wait. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Just let it happen, you guys. That's not a reach. That's where he goes. That's why I was checking ADP. It's not a reach at all.
Who?
Hello. There's a big tier guys there. And again, all of these guys went already. Like, Javonte Williams should theoretically be available. He's not. The running backs are going way quick in this league, which is why I had to take running back there. Just trust me. Just wait. 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 Just hear me out just for a second. It's not a sexy pick, but I think it's the right one. Flowers and Higgins, I'm fine going off the board. Just let this happen for just 1 second, and let me tell you what I'm thinking here. Let me just do this real quick, you guys. And actually, this might really work out for me, which I don't know if this was going to happen regardless, and if it was, I made the wrong choice. No, I didn't actually, because this might go perfectly. We'll see what happens here. Brees goes. Okay. I didn't really want to take Brees. I thought about it. I have Etienne ranked higher than Brees because I don't want to buy into the Jets' offense this year at all. It's Frank Reich. Quit saying ew, you guys. Good gosh. We'll see who Hunter takes here. It doesn't really matter who he takes. I've got a lot of good options here. I wasn't gonna take Reese. Don't spam. Hey, don't spam. Are you kidding me? I'm putting you in timeout. That's ridiculous, you guys. Timeout you go. It's like my freaking kid. Or somebody else do it. I got mods in here. Mods, take care of that. Dang it, Scattaboo win. Okay. Well, this is perfect, though. This is perfect. This is why I did it, though. All of these guys are still available. This is exactly why I did it. Is because there's a huge tier of wide receivers there. I couldn't risk at running back. The reason I went running back is I couldn't risk Jacobs. I needed one of Jacobs, Scattaboo, Hall, or Etienne, and I couldn't risk. I thought there was a good chance all of them went. Now I got lucky, and Jacobs obviously makes it back, but all of these wide receivers right here, I'm sitting in a really good spot right now. This is a good spot to be in. But where do I go now? Because these are all great picks here. Look at this range. This 3-4 turn is money.
Oh man.
That's why I didn't take wide receiver though, because all the wide receiver spots here or options here are just insanely good.
Oh, I'm watching this
running back. This is the freaking honey pot for wide receivers, and they're still not going. These dudes getting these wide receivers is nuts, you guys. Jacobs is a good pick.
Yeah, 100% T. Higgins.
They're my rankings. I put into the tool. For some reason, they're wrong, though.
We're going straight touchdown machines here.
I wonder if
straight touchdowns.
I wonder if they're flipped around and domain is actually mine or something like that. Yeah. The only reason I took Etienne is because I couldn't decide, so I just defaulted to my rankings, and well, my rankings are different, so.
Enough of you, buddy. Oh, nice and blunt drafting. Really doing my drafters.
Before Skyscanner, search.
Bro, ads 27-0. The hell? Oh, sweet.
And they are back in their mid-season form. But obviously, clips like this, they shouldn't change how you are drafting your fantasy team. They shouldn't change my fantasy football rankings. Well, the hype clips at training camp, really exciting. And yes, you better believe I'm going to go ahead and watch all of them. The stuff that actually matters is more boring, to be honest. It's going to be injury stuff. It's going to be usage stuff. And we actually have a few of those things that we do need to discuss. Like the number one story from today is going to be Alec Pierce getting placed on the physically unable to perform list. If y'all don't know, earlier this offseason, it was reported that Alec Pierce had ankle surgery and he was hoping he was going to be good to go by camp. Looks like that ends up not being the case. It looks like we don't have Alec Pierce good to go right now. And we actually, in my opinion,
we got the week 17
minor updates to the rankings. Now, as it stands currently, it does appear that Alec Pierce is going to be good to go week 1. But if he's going to be missing a section of camp, if this ankle injury is still something that we have to deal with, I'm going to be slightly knocking Alec Pierce in my overall rankings. Like previous to this report, I had Alec Pierce inside the same tier with Marv, Mekhi Lemon, Parker Washington, Metcalf, Quentin Johnson, Alec Pierce, Cortland Sutton, Addison. Now, I'm not going to lose my mind like dropping Alec Pierce down a tier below, but I will use this as a tiebreaker in my own ranks to move Sutton and Addison ahead of him. And then I'm also going to use this as a tiebreaker to move Josh Downs up a few spots as well. We're going to move Downs to 41. But that's going to be like the main thing that we see with these rankings updates as we go through training camp. Will be these minor injury reports that we get, the minor usage stuff that maybe has us tweaking our rankings slightly. Again, I don't want to be overreacting too much here. We can go through and we can look at some like the other stuff that I don't think matters that much. Like here, Jadarian Price was splitting first team reps. Jadarian Price, I'm expecting to be a starting running back for the Seattle Seahawks. Do I have to move him up my rankings because of this? No. Alec Pierce opening up camp on the pup list, like I just showed you. I'm moving down only 2 spots in my rankings.
Judkins.
Downs up 2 spots. Marvin Harrison doesn't finish practice on Sunday. Not super concerned right now. Kraft lands in the pup list. That was expected. Not going to be moving him at all in my ranks.
Yeah, definitely taking DJ Moore.
At 20 in this draft. That is going to give us.
And then what?
We're going to take Derrick Henry for the uniqueness. We're going to take Derrick Henry to pair him up with Luka. There's very few teams are going to be able to have that combo of players.
We'll take DJ and Parker.
Yeah, we'll continue to talk more about training camp updates as we get them every single day, because y'all know I'm going to be live streaming every single night until Christmas, every day until the season starts, doing these real money fantasy drafts, and then once the season starts, every single night answering your fantasy football questions.
P-Wash and DJ Moore.
Tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. I do want to remind you,
AJ,
we are automatically going to be updating all of the custom draft sheets. That way, if you got a season pass, if you're using the real-time draft assistance, you should see our latest rankings, even if we just get.
Consider Judkins at that turn if he fell.
July 27th. You'll see in my draft sheets we may be moving down just a spot or 2. Of course, we'll get some bigger injury updates as training camp progresses. Stuff like Malik Neighbors' injury updates going to matter a ton. And let me see what we are going to get with this next pick. For me, I have 2 Cardinals ranked here. I have Jeremiah Love, Trey McBride. We will mix it in low. Let's go ahead and let's take Rashee Rice. We got a blurb that Rice looks like he's going to be good to go for the Kansas City Chiefs training camp. But let me move this over. Salty Spring says, any updates on the app? Love the content, by the way. Really appreciate you, my friend. And yes, we actually did get an update. Like I said, we have been applying. That way we can turn flockfantasy.com into an app for y'all. Google Play, I almost said Google Chrome. Google Play approved us like 2 or 3 days ago. Apple got back to us. They said that our certificate of business looked good. They asked for photos of my driver's license or passport. We just sent that to them today, so hopefully the Apple App Store approves the flockfantasy.com app relatively soon. Obviously, y'all can still use the season pass with the draft sheets, with the real-time draft assistance, with all the rankings, the My Teams page, the trade calculator, all the research tools on flockfantasy.com. On the mobile, like on web, like Safari, Google Chrome, or you can use it on your computer. But hopefully, within a week or 2, we actually have the flockfantasy.com app available for y'all to do everything there as well. I will remind you, if you don't have the season pass already, it is not too late. If you want to get all these fantasy football draft tools, draft sheets, custom to your exact format and your exact league settings and your platform, it's all on flockfantasy.com. Not only are you going to get all of my stuff, but you'll also get everything from all the creators you already watch on YouTube as well. Links in the description. It's in the comment section. It's in the live chat. If you sign up with code FLOCK, you're going to be getting access to everything across the site from a draft perspective. And you're going to be getting free questions that you're able to ask me during the live streams. And again, I'll be live every single night answering your fantasy questions as the year goes on. So definitely make sure you take advantage of that. It's $34 for the entire season, and it is not monthly or anything. It's literally $34, gets you everything for the entire year. Now, let me move this over. Valid says, valid from Google here. Feel free to send over your social security number to expedite the process. I'll get that over to you as soon as I can, my friend. Actually, it'll probably be easier if I just send it in the live chat. So let me just type out my social security number in the live chat right now. But Hectic asking if we should be bumping up Tyler Warren. I think you could bump Tyler Warren in the overall.
Everyone must have not seen the news.
In terms of how I'm going to be viewing Tyler Warren in my tight end rankings, though,
what about
like
James?
the Alec Pierce news isn't a big enough deal for me to move Tyler Warren ahead of Colson Loveland. So in my tight end rankings, Tyler Warren's going to remain tight end 4. Obviously, it'd be different if like Alec Pierce was ruled out for the entire season. And dear God, we just got a road pick. This team just took Malik Washington at 42. Looks like maybe it was a mistake with their Q. We're going to take Javonte Williams here. And incredible. I don't know if I've seen Javonte fall this far in a single draft. Incredible. Vinny says, I already have Mason's social security number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. YouTube, ban Vinny. Chat, ban Vinny. To dox me like that is just insane. Next level doxing. Zufa says, Malik Washington fell to the 406. Holy steal. Yeah, I almost consider Malik Washington at pick 28. I almost did. Blake says, your draft sheets got me second place last year. Well, my friend, my draft sheets got me a bye into the playoffs and then eliminated in week 16 in my league. Back-to-back years now, I've been a top 2 team in my league and then bounced in week 16, which is absolutely brutal. Hopefully, you can take it down this year as well as I can, my friend. I'm going to take Jameson Williams here. Swift is the highest ranked according to ADP. My rankings for Underdog Best Ball Draft specifically will have Jameson Williams. Now, of course, if you're using our draft sheets for ESPN, Sleeper, Yahoo, you'll probably take a running back here. You'll probably take DeAndre Swift instead. But Underdog Best Ball, especially when you have to start 3 wide receivers, I'm going to be putting a slight premium on the wide receiver position as opposed to RBs. Okay. Now, let me move this over. We have Swift making it all the way down to 57. This team at 9 looks extremely weird. Jefferson, Bowers, Neighbors, ETN, Swift looks nothing like what I'm used to. Hunter says, how are we notified if we win the season pass giveaway? The free season pass I give away at the end of every single live stream is just at the very end of the stream. So if you're in the chat, we'll go ahead and we'll spin a wheel. We'll say like, oh, Hunter will spin the free fantasy.com season pass. Let me know what your username is, and I can go ahead and hook you up. If you're not already entered into the giveaway right now, it's not too late. All you got to do to enter in to get the free flockfantasy.com season pass is going to be 1, drop a like on the stream, and then 2, type the word season pass into the live chat. You do those 2 things, and you'll be entered in to win a free flockfantasy.com season pass. Don't do it with spaces. If you do it with spaces, it's not going to recognize you. Now, Brian Thomas off at 61. Quinshon Judkins makes it all the way down to 62. This is a super weird draft. Genuinely, like, this is a very, very weird draft. Jadarian Price goes 64. This team at 9 looks incredible. Like, obviously, you need Neighbors good to go.
Yeah, I took Bo next. I'm assuming he had Waddle.
Then ETN, DeAndre Swift, Jadarian Price at running back. You're
assuming. Damn, Michael Wilson goes. That's tough.
Tyler Warren off 66. We'll swing this around. We do not have a quarterback, so quarterback's going to be in play for us.
Jacoby goes.
We'll see what we get. Parker Washington goes 67. Definitely not interested in Parker Washington here. Burrow goes.
Golden has a lot of golden.
Player. We need a quarterback. We're going to take him. We don't have Terry McLaurin, but we are rocking the McLaurin jersey. And yeah, might as well go ahead and grab
Romeo.
And I think this is the first time that we have had an A draft grade with the draft assistant in quite some time. So we will take it. I mean, I kind of needed the boost, the confidence, the self-esteem, because lately we have been getting crushed. So thank you, draft assistant, for giving us that A. Caleb Williams goes 72 to stack with the Luther Burden team. I have noticed Luther Burden falling down draft boards a bit here. Aquarium says, Mason, how do you connect your flockfantasy.com account to your YouTube account so you know whenever I answered your question during the year? So if y'all have never asked like a start sit question, a team review, or a trade question through flockfantasy.com, maybe y'all didn't get the draft assistant last year. Herbert off the board. We're going to do something incredibly weird here. I'm going to take Jalen Hurts. We're going to go with the quarterback in round 6 as well as round 7. We're not going to draft another quarterback in this one. And yeah, we'll try to make it make sense. But I mean, both these quarterbacks have so much rushing upside that I'm willing to mix it in. But if you never asked like a start sit question or trade question or gotten a team review on flockfantasy.com, obviously if you got the season pass and you use code FLOCK, you'll have a couple free vouchers for me to go through and answer those questions for you for free during the season. But it's super simple. You don't need to connect your YouTube account with flockfantasy.com. All you'll do is you will ask your start sit question, you'll ask your trade question, your team review, whatever it may be through flockfantasy.com. And whenever I answer it, the developers of our site have actually built it out where you are going to get a custom link to the exact second that I answered your question. So you'll be emailed the link, and you'll also get a link through the My Review section on our site that will say, hey, Mason answered your question. Click this link to see the answer. You'll click the link, and it will take you to the exact time that I answered your question in the live stream. So should help out a ton. I mean, we spent a lot of time developing it a couple years ago. It's worked seamlessly over the past 2 years and has made my life so much easier. And it's made it where you never miss. If you ask me a question through flockfantasy.com, you're never going to miss the answer, right? Like if we're doing a live Q&A during the season and it's just 1,000 start sit questions in the live chat, you're not guaranteed to get an answer, but if you ask it through flockfantasy.com, you will be. Now, the most interesting team in this draft, in my mind, I really like ours where we have Puka, Rice, J-Mo, then Derrick Henry, Javante. But the most interesting team is this team at 5. This team at 5, their RB1 is Blake Corum, who they took at pick 77.
Summer's here, and right now get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models, with no payments for 90 days.
This is where culture moves you, where joy is shared, and every mind speaks your language. Awaken your senses. Discover Puerto Rico.
Which I think is absolutely crazy. Perhaps says, Mason, what happens if the person who won the season pass leaves the stream? Then GG, I'm sorry. Thanks for playing. Thanks for showing up. But again, you will need to be here whenever you win the free season
Excuse
pass.
me.
All right,
We're going to go Malik Willis.
What we want to see will just be quarterbacks off the board.
And then we're going to grab Ketone.
Falling to us because we cannot take them ourselves. And let's move this over. We are exclusively looking at running back, wide receiver, tight end. I mean, you can see this with the live draft assistant as well.
Willis, week 17 versus Josh Allen.
Running back, we're looking at either 5 or 6.
2, 5, 8,
Wide
3.
receiver, we need 7 or maybe even 8. And then tight end, we definitely want 3. So Michael Wilson off. We have the easiest pick ever. We're going to take R.J. Harvey here. R.J. Harvey, I have ranked at 77. If we're going to get him at 93, yes, please. Thank you for that.
93.
Like, I would rather, and I know I'm an idiot. Don't get it twisted.
78.
I understand that. But I would very easily rather have R.J. Harvey straight up over Blake Corum. And in this draft specifically, I'm getting him 2 rounds after.
Yeah, probably.
Mason Nesser says, just got the season pass this year. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate you supporting the channel. And yeah, it does mean a ton, my friend. Thank you again. Now, let's swing this around. Chris says, when will we be able to ask Super Chat questions about our drafts? So I don't know if y'all noticed this, but we turned Super Chats off on this channel a couple years ago. Because I can't guarantee if you super chat a question at this point that I'm able to get back to you in a timely manner. Like we used to do super chat live Q&As a few years back. And what ended up happening is somebody would ask, they would super chat a question. They would ask, hey, should I start Mike Evans or should I start Jameson Williams? And then I wouldn't be able to answer them until 45 minutes to an hour later, just based on like the queue of questions that we would have. And if they left the live stream, there was no way for me to get them their answer. So now that we built everything through flockfantasy.com, again, like I explained the process, you'll never miss the answer to your question. And for that reason, we've just turned off super chats entirely on YouTube. So you can't super chat anything, I appreciate the want to give support. Again, I really do. But it's just I can't.
I'm coming
I
up,
don't
boys.
want anybody to ever
Gotta lock
super
in for my
chat
pick.
like $5 asking a start set question, and then I don't get to it in time before they leave the live stream, and then there's no way for them to see their answer, and then they just wasted $5 entirely. That ended up being the case like back in 2024, or actually no.
Oh
2023 was
lordy,
the last year
I
before
don't
we
even
built the
know.
questions through our site. It was a really bad experience for people. Worst feeling ever is knowing that you spent $5 to ask me a question, you didn't get to see the answer. So yeah, we just have super chats turned
Gonna
off.
take
entirely.
Kamara,
Technically, we
fifth
could turn
RB.
them on and go like, hey, if you want to super chat, you're free
Wideouts.
to
I
donate to
mean,
the channel
nothing
and
there.
just not get a guaranteed answer. But
2 Saints.
that wouldn't work.
Juwan
too many
Johnson.
people would be asking
Welcome.
questions that way, and too many people would be getting mad that they didn't get their answer. Now,
Damn.
let's swing this around.
Got our
Harold
fifth.
Finn and goes 107. There was a massive fall of Patrick Mahomes here to 105. And let me be on the record, if I would have known that Patrick Mahomes was going to go off the board in the 9th round when we have Rashee Rice, it would have been way smarter for us to just go ahead and decide to take Mekhi Lemon at 76 instead of Jalen Hurts. And then at pick 100, instead of Xavier Worthy, we could go ahead and take Patrick Mahomes. But I didn't realize Mahomes was going to fall this far. I think it's incredible that the Justin Jefferson team was able to get him. And if that Jefferson team can get Kyler here at 112 to pair Kyler with Addison and Jefferson, they are sitting ready. Breezy says, are there any plans to let us see the My Team section with our custom rankings? Yes, sir. Just in case y'all missed it yesterday, the developers on flockfantasy.com pushed an update where if you go to the rankings page, if you have the season pass or if you're a mother flocker, you can create your own rankings and you can power the draft tools and all the tools on flockfantasy.com with your own exact rankings, which like an example of this would be, say, this was my team in the Flock League, right? Say, like, you have a team, your redraft league, you link it with flockfantasy.com. You can go through and you can see how it stacks up with the power rankings based on based on an expert average set of rankings or based on, say, an individual creator's rankings, right? Like Mason Dodds. And that will power all the values with the tools. We are going to update that, I believe, tomorrow, where you'll be able to actually use your exact rankings. So if you're planning on making rankings on the site, you are more than welcome to go ahead and power all the tools. Okay. B Maven says, is there an easy way to get a list of printed out redraft rankings for an in-person draft? Yes, sir. This is actually how I am planning on using the season pass for this next year. If you go to the draft sheets, right, you can go through and you can put in your exact league settings and get a custom draft sheet made for your exact league settings here and your exact platform. Then if you go
Coming
ahead
up,
and hit
boys.
this little download icon, or I'm sorry, that's the filter icon, this little download icon, it's going to download a printable draft sheet for you that you can go through and you can print off these draft sheets that are custom to your exact league settings and the exact draft platform that you're on. And you can obviously go through and check off what players have been drafted, what players haven't.
Trey
But
Harris
yes, sir, we
or
got you
Tesla.
covered. You can very easily print off those draft sheets and take them there, no problem. I'm going to draft Casey Concepcion ahead of Romeo Dobbs.
Damn.
Dobbs has the higher ADP. I think Concepcion's an incredible player. It's sad that he's not going to
Dolchich,
keep the
man.
Browns offense, but to be frank, he really doesn't have any target competition, right? Now, of course, the Browns offense is an abomination. So I don't think there are going to be a ton of points scored. But a pick 124 in
Dolchich,
best ball, given
Malik
the talent
Willis.
profile, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a long touchdown or two from him.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Now,
2 more
let's
picks.
see. Chris says, hey, Mason, when will you start answering questions on the Flock website? I actually already have been once a week on the Dynasty Football Flock channel. So, yeah, if you submit a question on flockfantasy.com, it will be answered. We're not doing those live Q&As nightly right now because we're doing the live drafts instead. But we are answering those, my friend. Now, let's see. Chris says, hey, Mason, when will you start answering questions on the Flock website? I actually already have been once a week on the Dynasty Football Flock channel. So, yeah, if you submit a question on flockfantasy.com, it will be answered. We're not doing those live Q&As nightly right now because we're doing the live drafts instead. But we are answering those, my friend. Let's see. We have Jaden Higgins off 128. Romeo Dobbs makes it all the way down to 129 in this draft. I think this team at 9 is looking very interesting. Like wide receiver Jefferson, Neighbors, Addison, Dobbs. Like a lot of it's going to hinge on what do they end up getting from Malik Neighbors. But if Neighbors crushes, they can be put up in a really good spot. Jake Worm says, how good are your Superflex rankings? I'll go ahead and show you my rankings for Superflex drafts right now. My rankings are tailored, again, to your exact league settings if you're using the draft sheets. So you'll see that if you're in a 10-team Superflex league, my rankings are going to be different than if you were in a 12-team Superflex format, just given the supply and demand of the position. But if you go over to the draft sheets, right, we can go ahead. Let's throw up my rankings, which I recently updated, and we'll go ahead and we'll toggle on Superflex. Let's just go through, and you can see that, like, we have this for a 12-team format. We have Allen as an S-tier player, Lamar as an A-tier player. We have Daniels, Burrow, Drake May, Jalen Hurts, all as borderline round 1 options. Again, 12-team versus 10-team Superflex rankings are going to be a little bit different for me, though. Now, let's swing this over. Goddard goes 137. And let me pull this over. Sam Darnold off 139. So Chig gives us the stack, but to be frank, I'm not a big Chig fan. Like, if you look at my rankings, I don't have him as a pick for like
2 more receivers.
Like, I have him ranked 16 slots after ADP. So I'm gonna take Tracy here. If that means we don't get Chig on the way back around in the 13th,
sure.
Sad days we don't get the stack with Jaden Daniels. If he ends up
Keon
falling,
Coleman.
yes, I'll take him. We have Jaden Daniels, of course. But no, he does go 143, which isn't the biggest surprise ever because that team there hadn't drafted a tight end yet now. That team also has Baker Mayfield as their only quarterback right now, so I wouldn't be super surprised to see them take a quarterback here with their next pick, but
All right, interesting squad.
Oh, thank you. Wait, the carpet guy? You're Mitchell Hooper. You are the strongest man in the world, and you just saved my...
CJ Stroud goes 146. My highest ranked player is Hunter. It was that way
Oh, I forgot
when we
DJ.
were on the clock in the last one. We're at 148. I got him ranked at
I
142.
don't know.
Again,
Can this
Basketball
team
Mania,
win?
we're talking about a $25 buy-in, $2 million first place
Yeah,
prize.
it's a solid squad.
Hunter very easily could just primarily
I think
be
it's a
the
solid
player
squad.
this year and give you a 0 straight up through the course of the entire season.
Forgot I
It's a
had DJ
high
Moore.
probability, but also if we're talking straight up raw talent and ceiling to turn $25 into $2 million, and we compare him to the other wide receivers he's going to
All right, boys.